welcome to the Pulp Culture Podcast, your weekly dose of all things pop culture, freshly squeezed for you. I'm Nath.
And I'm MJ.
And we're back. I'm not too sure if you've seen our reels over the last week, but MJ has made some serious threats. So welcome to a 6-hour-long monster episode.
Friendly suggestions. What threats?
It started already. So welcome to a 6-hour-long monster, as I quote you, MJ.
Yep. Can we already go off on a tangent?
Oh, okay.
I was just listening to our theme. I was just listening to our theme music then, and in my mind, our theme music sounds like I think Cyril probably sounds.
Oh no.
It's all upbeat, peppy, electronic. I don't understand what your beef is, because I reckon that sounds like Cyril sounds.
No,
I reckon
definitely don't think so.
Yeah, I reckon we should find him, and he should become the official mascot of our show.
Yeah, we'll find out from the listeners whether they think that's the case. Seeing we're going off on a tangent, let us know on our socials under Pulp Culture Pod whether you think Cyril should be our official mascot or not.
First tangent of the week.
I'm putting in a vote for no, officially no, which my vote counts as 100. So that's already 100 against 1. So
wow. Okay. All right. That's news.
But we digress. Before we get into some news in the zest, let's get into we've got some something in the bag. Yeah, there you go.
Music's new, isn't it?
That's more Cyril music.
That's new, isn't it? I haven't heard that before.
Yeah, that's our new our copyright free music for the bag.
I reckon that music should play when you're
Cyril's
trying
on.
to fix a technical difficulty.
Oh.
Uncle Nate's here,
when it's technical
Uncle Nate's here
difficulties,
making things worse.
Yeah, when it's technical difficulties, we get the glitch. Remember? See?
No. No, I like that. I like that one. I think that one's indicative of your efforts to fix things on a regular basis.
Yeah, sure. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, we've got some news in the bag.
We do.
We had It's Comic Book Boy hit us up on Instagram.
Regular listener, regular follower.
Yeah, and he had a couple of suggestions for some books. So maybe we'll start with those first. So first up, he had It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth by Zoe Thorogood. And I believe you grabbed that book, have you?
I have, yeah. I haven't read it yet, but it's one that I bought a while ago, but just haven't got to yet. But it's in my reading pile. The other one I'm not familiar with. The other one was Seconds by Brian Lee O'Malley.
Yeah.
I actually don't know anything about that one, but I'm definitely going to look into it based on It's Comic Boy's recommendation.
Yeah, it reminds me of the artwork. Reminds me it's a little bit influenced by Scott Pilgrim.
Okay.
So and both of those look quite stunning. So I'm interested in both. So thanks for the recommendations there. It's Comic Book Boy. He also had some comments to say, but maybe we'll start that we'll start that off. I'll just read you a little bit what he had to say. He said he's really digging the pod guys. He says he loves having a locally produced something to listen to, and he thinks that it's a huge credit to both of us that while we discuss and cover very similar topics and interests to other pods, especially like the Weekly Planet, which he's a huge fan of, and I am as well. we differentiate ourselves so that it feels so it doesn't feel repetitive or redundant. Which, given the pop culture boom of the last few years, especially when it comes to superhero movies, it's easier said than done. So huge credit to you both. So thanks. That's really kind of you. It's really nice words. Checks in the mail, as Jack Burton would say. Thanks for that. It's Comic Book Boy. He did have a question for us though, MJ. Which was he wanted to know which podcasts that we, or our favorite podcasts that we actually listen to. So maybe you kick off. Which ones? What's your top three?
Top three? No, I'm going to go on longer than that.
Oh, gee whiz. Okay.
It's Comic Book.
You said it was going to be a 6-hour episode. Here we go.
Look, I wasn't joking. It's Comic Book Boy has opened up a bit of a Pandora's box there, because I do love my podcasts.
Yeah.
I actually I did narrow it down though, because I've got a long list in a notebook of podcasts that I keep an ear on, I suppose. But I narrowed it down, and I selected some based on different types of podcasts and categories.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll probably mention more in the future, but just as a quick list, I wanted to mention my favorite movie podcast, which is You Must Remember This by Katrina Longworth. It's a very famous and long-running Hollywood podcast, sort of dealing with all of the history and drama of Hollywood throughout the years. It's a really well-produced podcast that I take a lot of inspiration from. So that's my favorite movies podcast, although definitely not my only one. So as I said, we might have to do this again at some stage. I'm a big history buff. And one of my favorite history podcasts is from NPR in the US, Throughline. Their whole mantra is reframing the present by looking to the past. They discuss topics that are sort of in the news these days, but by looking back, trying to help us understand the through line of history, hence the name. How about you throw one into the mix here, Nath, before I go on?
Yeah, I can throw a couple in the mix actually. For me, probably the one that I go to on a weekly basis is Friends of the Pod, which is the Reluctant Adult podcast, and that features Paul and Bill, and it's a toy podcast. So they talk all things toys, from action figures to figurines to kids' toys to everything really. And they've been going for quite a long time now. And
they're up into like 300 episodes or something, aren't they?
Yeah, they're about 5 years in, and they're great to listen to. So highly recommend if you're into toys or you want to listen to a bunch of guys that are really enthusiastic and excited about toys. Then definitely give the Reluctant Adult podcast a listen to.
It's a really good pod.
Yeah, I got you onto that, and I know you enjoy it just as much as I do.
I do.
Another one that I've been listening to, and they've been going for probably as long as we have now, is the Once We Were Spacemen podcast. Do you know? Are you aware of this one?
This is Nathan Fillion and Tudyk.
Yeah, and Alan Tudyk. So and it's essentially them getting friends, their famous friends on the show, and each week and putting them through their paces and asking them questions that that you might not necessarily get asked. And it's really light and friendly and a lot of fun. So those are two that springs to mind. I've got one more, but maybe hand it back to you for the next 800 that you've got on your list.
Yeah, well, 800's being conservative, but I'll try and I'll brief as I can. Another one that I've been listening to quite a lot lately. This is another history podcast, but it's called After Dark. It's part of a network of history podcasts that I listen to called History Hit. And After Dark's great. It's called After Dark: Myths, Misdeeds, and the Paranormal. So it's sort of history, but through a lens of, darkness and murder and ghosts and hauntings and all sorts of stuff. And that's a really fun sort of surprisingly lighthearted podcast that I really get a kick out of. With House of the Dragon back, I've been tuning back into my favorite Game of Thrones podcast. It's called Game of Owns.
Okay. It's
hosted by Zach and Hannah. I've been listening to them since sort of midway through the original show, Game of Thrones. But that's a really good podcast if you like to get into the nitty-gritty and the minutiae of the world of Westeros. They do episode breakdowns as well as breakdowns of chapters from the books, and their dynamic is really fun, lighthearted, and they're very knowledgeable. So I really enjoy that one. In terms of comic books, probably my favorite at the moment is the Comic Book Couples Counseling. That's a really great podcast, and they've been going from strength to strength over the last couple of years, to the point where they've got regular guests along the likes of Tom King. Recently, they had Frank Miller. They really talk to people about the current comics that are coming out. They talk to the guys behind Absolute Batman before the Joker storyline came into play. But yeah, Comic Book Couples Counseling's really, really good, really fun, a well-produced podcast. And the only other two, there's two more that I'll mention. These are two local ones.
Okay.
One of them's probably my favorite Star Wars podcast at the moment is Star Wars Spelt Out, which is hosted by Josh Chapman. That's another Melbourne podcast. I really enjoy when they do their occasional episodes. They do them more often when there's sort of content to be disseminated. So when there's a new show or movie or that sort of thing. But yeah, Star Wars Spelt Out's really good. And the other one, of course, I've got a vested interest in this because I'll be on an episode in a few weeks, is Film in 40 with Adam and Ryan. They do weekly breakdowns of some of their favorite movies. They usually have a guest join them and, just have a sort of friendly discussion about some of their favorite movies. So, Film in 40 is one worth checking out as well.
Yeah, cool. I have a couple more that I can definitely chime in about when it comes to comics. One that's great to listen to, and I don't know if you've listened to it at all. MJ is Ink Pulp, the Ink Pulp podcast, which features Matteo Scalera and Sean Crystal, aka Ink Pulp, and Eric Kennett. And they have a number of they have a guest on usually each week. They've had some locals like Lauren Marshall on the show in the past, and I think this week's episode's got probably one of my favorite artists at the moment is Derek Luftman. So he's on this week's show. Another one that's been around for a long time and probably a very reputable comic podcast if you ever want to sort of hear from industry specialists, is Off Panel, which features David Harper, and just absolutely love that podcast. It's great for him to and very well respected, that podcast. So that's another great one. Other than that, if you're into movies and you want to sort of dissect a film but have a laugh and really enjoy it, the Ringer Podcast Network does a show that's been going for a number of years now. And a friend of mine, Sparky, he put me onto this. It's called the Rewatchables, which is hosted by Bill Simmons, and then has a round table of his friends and those that are in the know, and they essentially pick apart a film that they've rewatched after a period of time. So that's a lot of fun. If you're into sports, they do a lot of sports references that sort of coincide with film as well. So another great podcast to listen to or to watch where on YouTube. But let us know what's a podcast or podcasts do you recommend? We'd love to know about it. If you can hit us up on the socials under Pulp Culture Pod. Let us know. I'm in the car a lot, so I'm driving, and so for my job, so I'm happy to listen to podcasts. And MJ's traveling when he's going to and from work, etc. And so we're both happy to take any advisement on a good podcast. Let us know.
Yeah. Now, I love talking about podcasts almost as much as I like talking about TV and comics.
That's it. That's our next one. It's Pulp Podcast.
Pulp Culture Pod. Pulp Culture Podcast. Yeah, I'm in. And I love talking about podcasts. I know I've mentioned quite a few there, but I've literally got a notebook where I have to keep track of all of the ones that I try and keep an ear on.
Right.
On all sorts of different subjects. And I do. Just like I like hearing about what people are reading and what people are watching, I like to hear about what people are listening. I also like to hear about what people are doing while they're listening to them. Some people like to do housework. I know I try and listen to them when I'm mowing the lawns or drawing, when I'm doing my colouring. That sort of thing. So as Nath said, hit us up, let us know what you're listening to, because I find it fascinating.
Yep, absolutely. Again, thanks to It's Comic Book Boy for his comments and suggestions. We love those. If you want to, if you've got a suggestion or you want to comment, tell us whether we should get rid of Cyril or not. Then you can hit us up on the bag under all the socials under Pulp Culture Pod. We'd love to hear about it.
Before we just leave that as well, do look up It's Comic Book Boy on Instagram and give him a follow, because if nothing else, every week he posts his weekly pickups, and it's fascinating to see what he's got. He's clearly an avid reader, and I really enjoy those videos when they come through every week. So check him out on Instagram.
Yep, fantastic. All right, well, let's get into the zest.
Breaking news.
All right. What have you got for us, Mr. Trailers?
No breaking news, but
I've got breaking news, but I'll reserve that for later.
All right. Let's go with the trailer first. I've got a Star Wars trailer, The Ninth Jedi. Yes.
How exciting.
Doesn't it look great?
And what a nice surprise too.
What do you mean?
Well, I wasn't expecting this to be a series. I didn't know this was coming as a series. We'd seen it twice.
You didn't know until you saw the trailer?
Well, no, I didn't know until I saw the trailer come out.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that they announced this at Star Wars Celebration in Japan.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't know that. I knew that it was. So before we get too far ahead, we should probably say what it was. It was Star Wars: The Ninth Jedi. Is the series that's coming out? Is it limited series or is it? Or we're not sure at this stage.
I believe it's a limited series, but I'm not sure whether there's the potential for it to go into a second one. It comes out of one of the first episodes of Star Wars Visions on Disney Plus,
and then they did a second one in the third
series. Third season. Yeah. So so if you want to get a taste of what it's going to be like, the first 2 episodes effectively are already out. So if you go back to Star Wars Visions season 1 and season 3, there's already sort of 2 episodes to show you what we're in for with this series. But yeah, they've produced this spin-off series, which obviously spends a lot more time with the characters that we meet in the Ninth Jedi shorts, I guess, from the first 2 seasons. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. I've loved Star Wars Visions. I think it's one of the best things that's happened to Star Wars since the Disney acquisition. I think it's a really great sandbox in which creators can, really try some sort of far out concepts. In theory, the stuff we see in Visions is not canon, so they can sort of go off in all sorts of wild directions. We've talked about it on the pod before, and yeah, so I'm excited about them spending a bit more time with one of these storylines. They could spend time with just about all of them, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, this one, the Ninth Jedi in particular, has a lot of really interesting concepts about lightsabers and kyber crystals and stuff that I really think is exciting and worth exploring. So yeah, no, I'm really pumped.
Yeah, agreed. I'm really excited for it. I wonder whether they'll put those first 2 episodes in front of the series or not, or whether they'll just get you to go back to Visions and rewatch those.
Yeah, I suspect that they'll leave them in season 1 and season 2 where they are. I don't know whether they'll, I think they'll probably leave them there in the hopes that people will go back and sort of stumble across some of the other stuff as well if they haven't seen those episodes. But who knows with all of the I'm going to sound old when I say this, but the fancy technology they've got on the Disney Plus app. But yeah, no, I'm excited about it. How about you?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the animation is amazing. It draws heavily from anime. So you've got those real sort of dynamic lightsaber battles. I mean,
really, it is anime, isn't it? It's anime. Yeah. It's produced by an anime studio, so
yeah,
it's well and truly within that genre.
Yeah, Star Wars anime at its best. So really looking forward to that. Yeah. What other? Is there any other trailers that came out this week that are noteworthy?
Honestly, I don't think there is. Like, I didn't
anything. Think so either.
No, I think it's been a bit of a light week. We're in that period of the American summer where there's not so much stuff coming out, and also because we're sort of just ahead of Comic-Con as well. Yeah, it's that time of year, I think, where there's a bit of a lull in news and trailers and announcements and releases and stuff. While they roll into the last couple of big movies of the summer, I think all of the attention at the moment is going to be on the Odyssey and then on Spider-Man. And we won't get a whole lot of news and trailers until San Diego Comic-Con, but that's okay. There's always something else to talk about.
Agreed. I got some news. So do a Powerbomb, Murder Falcon, and Transformers artist Daniel Warren Johnson's next project's been announced.
Yeah, I saw this.
I would never have expected chicks with chainsaws in space as the subject matter, but
I think that was their words, not ours, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was their words. Yeah, that's chicks with chainsaws in space.
Just to be clear,
and it's which is the theme, the running theme, but it's called Chain Carter from Daniel Warren Johnson. So if you've read any of his own books, like Do a Powerbomb or Murder Falcon, you'll definitely know that this is going to be dialed up to 11 and going to be amazing. So that's due out November 26. So happy birthday to me, or just after my birthday. So I will gladly accept that as a gift from anybody if they want to.
What a 70th for you, eh? Really exciting.
Wow, you made me younger than I am. Thanks, I appreciate that.
And that's just that's what we do. I'm looking forward to placing a lot of orders for Chain Carter at the shop.
Yep.
I wasn't in at work today, but I'm sure there's already been people putting it on their pull lists.
Yeah,
I know as soon as I get an opportunity, I'll be doing the same. So yeah, really exciting to hear about a new image series coming from DWJ.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait for that. What other news have you got on your list?
Nothing, to be honest. Like,
I've got some good ones. Then I've got some really good ones.
Yeah, hit me up. I was kind of hoping that you had a lot of news because I've got a lot of stuff for our other segments, but not so much for the Zest.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's all good. We've talked about this on the show before, and we've talked about in length about the boycotting DC Comics and what's involved there, especially when it comes to different representation. And it sounds like DC are listening because Static Shock is coming to New Titans for issue 38. Yep. So not too sure if you knew about that one, being a Titans fan, MJ, but
I did see the announcement. Yeah, I did see Sanford Green posting about it yesterday.
Yeah, which is fantastic, and he's doing obviously a cover for it, and it's a great cover. You can check him out on Instagram under Sanford Green, I think it is, and you can see his work there. But that's great news about Static Shock. That would probably lean into also too that they're really trying to. It sounds like they're trying to promote Static Shock into the DC universe when it comes to either a TV series or a film. So I think that's a good way just to sort of reintroduce him, especially in the New Titans universe.
Yeah, I mean, from a certain perspective, it's surprising that it hasn't happened sooner. Like Static
Agreed.
seems like a perfect fit for the Titans. I really liked some of the artwork that Sanford Green posted along with his sort of announcement yesterday. There's like a cover with Static and Cyborg, which I think is really exciting. And part of, I think, what Sanford was saying as well is that a lot of people have been jumping to conclusions about the mix of the variety of types of characters that DC have got at the moment, whereas this sort of stuff has always been in the making. Hopefully this is just going to be the beginning of things starting to even out a bit more and us getting some more diversity in our DC Comics, because I think pretty much everybody wants to see it. Everybody wants to be able to see themselves represented in DC stuff. I know I want everybody to be able to see themselves represented in DC stuff, and hopefully this is just the beginning.
Yeah, agreed. 100% agree. So they're looking forward to that when that's released in issue 38. So that's not too far away. So
I can't remember where we're up to exactly, but no, it's not too far away.
No, not too far away at all. What is a little bit far away, but looking forward to it, is Creature Commandos season 2 has been confirmed for 2027 release. So that's good to know. If you haven't checked out Creature Commandos, this is the DC animated series. Was this James Gunn's first before Peacemaker, or was this after Peacemaker season 1? I can't remember.
It was after Peacemaker season 1, but I think it was the first after James had been appointed as co-head of DC Studios.
Yeah, right. With Safran. So gotcha.
Peacemaker, the first season, sort of takes place in that the Suicide Squad world, which is technically, only partially part of this new DCU. So Creature Commandos was really the beginning. Yeah,
gotcha. Yeah, I understand. Talking while we're keeping up with DC news, HBO Max is in very early stages or early development of a Mr. Terrific series, which will feature what's his name, Eddie Gathegi. Is that how you pronounce his name? Or
Edie Gathegi.
Gathegi. Okay, see, there you go. I always plan on butchering a name, and I did it quite well. So there you go.
At least you're trying, dude.
Yeah, well, at least I'm consistent.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's
consistently
true.
Butchering names.
Consistently trying, though.
Oh, okay.
No, what are they looking at? Are they looking at a live action series with Mr.
Yeah,
Terrific?
live action series. So it's similar
Really?
to in the same sort of vein as like a Lantern style series. So
awesome.
I think this is really exciting.
Yeah, well, that combined with the Jimmy Olsen one is the second spin-off from that movie.
Yeah, which is great. You know what's really interesting about Jimmy Olsen, while we're just running off on the tangent really quickly, is that it's being promoted as the Gorilla Grodd TV series, and it's really bothering me that's sort of doing the rounds, that it's being promoted as that, because it's actually not. Gorilla Grodd features as the villain, which is called DC Villains, but it's actually about Jimmy Olsen. So it really bothers me that it's being sort of headlined as that.
Why does that bother you?
Well, it's not a Gorilla Grodd TV series. It's Jimmy Olsen's TV series where he features a villain. So like first of all, get the name right. It's not Gorilla Grodd the series. It's DC Villains, and second of all, it's Jimmy Olsen who's the lead for this, not Gorilla Grodd. So I just get it right. That's all I'm saying.
What does it matter?
Well, it matters a lot. So because Gorilla Grodd's featured in The Flash and other things, and it's good for Jimmy Olsen to get his time in the sun.
I had no idea that you were such a passionate Jimmy Olsen stan.
Yeah, I'm not really, but I just thought I'd just throw that in the mix. So there you go.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, no, I didn't see that coming. That was a real curveball. I'm fascinated by that. As your therapist.
Yeah.
And
as my therapist, I'm in trouble.
That's something I'll have to stew on. I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, I love that. I'd love to.
It doesn't bother me. As long as Jimmy's in it, if Gorilla Grodd's in it, it's called Villains. There's bound to be other ones. So I'm pumped for it. Bring it on.
Yeah.
You can call it whatever you like. A rose by any other name still smells like Jimmy Olsen. So
okay.
Bring it.
We mentioned I think it was either last week or the week before about the new Ghostbusters animated series which has been announced, called Ghostbusters.
What was it called again?
Ghostbusters Night Shift. So what the reason I'm bringing that up is that we've got more. We've actually got a bit of a synopsis now about what it's about. So it's set in New York, 1994. So this is probably about 10 years after the first film.
And about 5 or 6 after the second one.
And 5 or 6 after the second one. And it follows a new team of who are the new wave of as a new wave of supernatural threats threaten them. The original Ghostbusters have kind of hung up the proton packs, and this team of kind of doing like DIY gear in a delivery van. But it will connect with the original films apparently. So so that's what we're getting at the moment. It's I think it's about 5 characters. We don't see them. We see an image of them with their backs. But what's really interesting about this is that one of the demo dogs is in the actual shot. like a little puppy. So
Okay.
so I'm really excited about that to see what that looks like.
And the Demodogs, and the Demodogs from Stranger Things.
They are from Stranger Things. You are correct. What are they called again? What was Goz's dogs called?
I think they're called Demodogs.
Oh well, yeah. See, it was close. Yeah, tomato, potato. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited for that show as well.
Yeah.
The Ghostbusters is a world that I think there's endless possibilities for storytelling, and I don't mind them bringing in other characters. I've enjoyed all the other movies. So yeah, no, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, well, it's definitely canon, so so it'll be interesting to see how they sort of tie it all together. I'm looking
Oh
forward to
well,
it.
canon's important, as we know.
Canon's important. Yep, especially if you're a pirate.
Yes, yeah, got to watch out for them.
We've got news. We broke the story quite a number of weeks ago about Danny McBride and GI Joe movie. That we know that there was sort of two at the same sort of rate.
I did see him. I did see him speak about this
on the podcast, and I'm really excited. This as a GI Joe fan, I'm really behind this. I'm really excited. He's a fan himself. He on the podcast he mentioned that he was that he still has his original GI Joes, and he so he is a fan. It's a fan writing a fan treatment of the film. He when he first went to Paramount to talk about this film, he actually wanted to do a film in regard to the Dreadnoks. Now, the Dreadnoks is sort of a gang, like a biker gang that are into all sorts of things that are no good, and they're wacky and zany in their own right. And went to Paramount.
They're like a cartoonized version of the Mad Max movies.
Yeah, it's a good way of presenting it. Yeah, for sure.
I wasn't familiar with the Dreadnoks at all until the recent run in the comic book.
In the really enjoyed Skybound version. Yeah,
I really enjoyed meeting him in that. But as I've said, I'm just sort of a casual GI Joe fan. I wasn't familiar with them. So.
And so when he went to Paramount, Danny McBride presented this, and they said, "Look, really, we really want to do a GI Joe film. Do you think you've got a concept for us that would work?" And he's gone away with two of the writers from Righteous Gemstones and come back with what he believes is a great film. This is pretty much not going to be an origin film, which I'm really excited about. I don't think we need another origin film. I think if you do this right, like he's proposing, we get a bunch of GI Joe key members and put them straight into a precarious situation, which is behind enemy lines, and let's see how it sort of runs. But this will be sort of centered around a town which Cobra is secretly running. On the surface, it looks like a normal, average, everyday American town called Springfield. Not the Simpsons one, but the one that Cobra runs, and putting the GI Joes in that town and discovering that it's not all it seems to be. So I'm looking forward to this.
You don't think that we need another origin story for GI Joe?
I think that we can. I think that you could probably do this quite well and have maybe some flashbacks, or it's like their first mission together, that type of thing. He said that it's definitely not it's not written to be a comedy. This is supposed to be quite action packed. It's not like the Stephen Sommers productions. So yeah, I'm really hoping that it's quite loyal. I do. The only thing I get a little bit nervous about is that we've had, something like, say, Master of the Universe, which I really enjoyed, but wasn't well received based on the property at the time. And so this is sort of sitting in the same era. So I'm really hoping that this is a lot more well received than, say, Master of the Universe. However, saying that, we've had three films, three G.I. Joe films that I can think of with Snake Eyes as well. So here's hoping, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, we've had five. We've had five because we had the Stephen Summers ones, and then we had the ones after that, didn't we? So
I don't know. Like I confess, because I've been enjoying the comics. Like I've wanted to catch up on other G.I. Joe media.
yeah.
So I actually bought a triple pack
Right.
on Blu-ray of the G.I. Joe. Is it Rise of Cobra?
Rise of Cobra, Retaliation, and Snake Eyes. I was right with three. I was saying that there was five, but it's actually not. So yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So I was incorrect.
Had
good.
Channing Tatum in it. More homework to do.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, and I got those because I'm really excited about seeing all of those and embracing the property in general, just because I've been enjoying the comics. I've already seen, I know I've seen all the Transformers movies, and so I want to sort of refresh my memory on some of this other G.I. Joe stuff. I'm really hoping that they do a bit of an origin story for Joe, just because I don't think the G.I. Joe mythos is sort of cemented in the general audience's mind as much as perhaps you'd need for it to be a proper relaunch.
Yeah.
I think a bit like Masters of the Universe. I thought Masters of the Universe did a really good job of showing us the backstory and the origins, but without sort of spending the whole movie doing it. And I think G.I. Joe kind of needs that as well. My other hope with the movie is that Danny McBride and his co-conspirators, I hope that they sort of do it in conjunction with the guys at Image and Skybound. Like I'd like it to be sort of a united creative front. I know that they've got plans for like an animated series of like the Energon universe or something like that.
Yeah, correct. Yep.
Yeah, I just think it'd be really good if they presented a united front and did do some sort of a bit of a relaunch, because I think, if people like me are still sort of hazy on the origins of G.I. Joe, I think there's probably a need for a bit of a refresher. They don't have to go on about it for ages. They don't have to spend a whole film, but I'm hoping that they do touch on that slightly at least.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Only time will tell, and let's hope that it's everything we want and more. Hey, yeah,
that's all us fans want is everything we want and more.
Yes, absolutely. We spoke about quite early on in one of our episodes about a C-3PO head up for auction. Another piece of Star Wars memorabilia is now up for auction, which is Luke Skywalker's severed hand holding lightsaber prop. So that's an interesting one.
So his hand.
Yeah, so his hand, the one that got chopped off in Empire Strikes Back.
I thought 3PO's head was gruesome.
Yeah. Just got this like hand holding lightsaber and on your table.
Where would you keep it? On your bedside table?
Sure, why not? That would be my desk. That would be my lamp on my bedside table.
So that when you went to turn your alarm off in the morning, you accidentally grab Luke's severed hand.
You could have a finger out and you could just like pull it or push it and it just turn the lightsaber on.
Right. I'm not sure.
I've thought too much about this already.
A prop that old would still have that level of flexibility, but
yeah, sure. Well, if you've got a spare $1 million, that's the reserve price at this stage.
$1 million.
$1 million. So good luck to whoever the winner is.
No, that's twisted.
Yep. So anyway, we'll once we find out how much it goes for, we'll let you know in an up and coming episode.
That's some very morbid stuff.
Yep, absolutely. But it is Star Wars memorabilia, and we know that fans will pay all sorts of cash for a one of a kind, especially.
This is true.
Yeah. In last little bit of news, I've got a really hot rumor, and that's sort of come out today, and that is regarding Joe Keery. So for those of you who might remember Joe Keery, he was in the Stranger Things series, who played Steve, who we on the show absolutely love. And we're really out of all of them, I'm really hoping that he's the one that really sort of lands on his feet when it comes to film and TV. And I think if this rumor is true, this is really going to be amazing. He is apparently in talks to play Nova in the MCU.
Okay.
So this is a big one. This is huge news. What's your thoughts on that?
It's interesting. Like, so who would he be playing? The older, like the father version of Nova, or would he be playing? Is it Sam Alexander, the younger
Sam version? Alexander? Yeah. So yeah, I really don't know whether he's playing the son, which is it was Richard Rider, I think it was. And then you had the son, which was Sam Alexander. I think that's what it was. But look, this could be amazing. This could be really amazing with him at the mantle. I think
it's be interesting to see how it ties back to Captain Marvel and the Marvels, because I mean you can't sort of introduce a character like that without at least having some acknowledgement of the Nova Corps and
or Guardians of the Galaxy.
They were in Guardians too, weren't they?
Yeah, they were in Guardians. No,
the
Nova Corps were in the Guardians in the first one. So
that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. So you could definitely
getting my wires crossed.
No, it'd be very easy to have a couple of the Guardians sort of feature or part of the Nova Corps feature again. Or John C. Reilly from the Nova Corps pop up. So this is a huge hot rumor that's being sort of talked about at the moment. So watch this space. We look forward to hopefully confirming that that's 100% true.
Yeah, well, I mean, as you say, we're Joe Keery fans here, so any involvement he can have in this genre stuff, bring it on. I don't know enough about the Nova stuff. I know they've got ties to the Kree and Guardians and Captain Marvel and all that sort of stuff. But I'd be interested to see that, and I'd be interested to go back into space with the Marvel cinematic universe as well. I really enjoyed Captain Marvel in particular, and the Marvels and all the Guardian stuff. And anything that takes us back into space, bring it.
Yeah, I totally agree. So, that's pretty much it for the Zest. But if you've got any news or anything that you think worthy of being on the show, we'd love to know about it. You can hit us up on the socials under Pulp Culture Pod. Just let us know. We'll definitely put it on. That's for sure. Well, that's pretty much it for, like I said, for the Zest. Now we'll get into your favorite segment of the show, MJ. Whoa, he really doesn't like this show at all.
It was actually just timing, but I thought it'd be dramatic if it looked like I'd gone. But no, I was letting the dog back in. But I like the timing of that. That was chef's kiss.
It really wasn't. So for those of you who may have joined us for the first time, the Weird Files is a segment that we started very early on in our inception of the show.
Where what's filler. That? It's filler.
where I find a something weird and wonderful that I've discovered on the of a story that I've found on the internet. Usually, it features our regular on the show, Florida Man, and his wacky and zany adventures. This week is a little bit different, which I call Bread Roll Inspector. So strap in again, MJ. Get ready to hear about the Bread Roll Inspector. So Nashville Man.
I don't like anything I have to strap into.
Well, it's a wild ride, this one. It's great. I really enjoyed this one, as I do with most of them every week. But Nashville Man, we haven't had that one for yet. So welcome, Nashville Man. So Nashville Man was arrested after allegedly posing as an official Texas Roadhouse bread roll quality inspector, and I use that in inverted commas, and visiting 4 separate locations in a single day while demanding unlimited samples. So according
4 separate
to police,
locations of what?
Of the Texas Roadhouse.
That's a restaurant, is it?
It's a restaurant. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
I thought it was just like a generic. Yeah, but it's a brand. All right, fair enough.
It's a brand, right? So it's a restaurant.
And they have bread rolls, presumably.
They have bread rolls. They serve these delicious bread rolls.
Is that like breadsticks at the other place?
Olive Garden.
But is that what it's like? Is that what it is? Is that what we're referring to?
Same thing. Yep, same thing.
I'm just trying to get my facts straight. If I'm going to have to
endure this story, good. I'm glad you're getting into the story. That's good. I'm glad you're.
I'm putting it. I'm attempting to derail it, but.
All right. So, according to police, the man arrived at each restaurant carrying a clipboard, a tape measure, and a laminated badge that he reportedly printed at a local office supply store. So he's committed. All right. He's 100% committed to the job. So employees say that the man introduced himself by announcing, "Corporate sent me. The rolls have been getting complacent." I'm
not sure that's something that a roll can do, but okay.
Yeah, absolutely. It can be complacent, but anyway, it's not great branding if they're complacent rolls. Witnesses claim that he spent nearly 3 hours evaluating bread baskets using a self-created scoring system that included fluffiness, butter absorption, emotional warmth, and overall yeehaw factor. Managers became suspicious when the man requested a 4th bread basket for comparison purposes. That's when police reports state that he visited 4 locations in under 8 hours, and wait for this, he consumed 63 rolls. I don't know if I could eat that much bread in one day. That's for sure.
They can't be as big as what I'm thinking.
That's obscene. Or maybe they're just like little baby rolls. I'm not too sure. If you've been to a Texas Roadhouse and you have seen these bread rolls, please let us know. We'd love to know what size they actually are.
I hope the lockups in Tennessee have got decent plumbing.
Oh, they've got great bread rolls. Anyway, the scheme reportedly collapsed when one manager contacted corporate and learned no such position existed. I would have been judging that position in the first place. But anyway, bread roll inspector does not exist at the Texas Roadhouse. When officials questioned him, the man allegedly defended his actions by saying that somebody has to protect the integrity of America's bread. There as he was escorted out, witnesses say that he attempted to deduct the arrest from his inspection expenses. So there you go. You want a free bread roll? Maybe get yourself a bread roll inspector's badge and visit your local Texas Roadhouse in the US and see how you go.
Just ridiculous.
Great. I just love how He's protecting the integrity of America's bread. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah. Thank him for his service.
Yeah. So that's it for the weird files. If you've got a weird files that you'd like us to feature on the show, definitely hit us up on the socials under Pulp Culture Pod. We'd love to feature it. But as always, MJ,
I have got my eye out for some of these weird file stories. Like at some stage, I am going to find one, and you won't believe what hits you because it'll be an actually good story.
Oh. Well, I'll be the judge of that when that happens. All right. So,
okay.
But you say you are, but I haven't seen anything yet. So
no, I've got higher standards than you. I'm just waiting for the right one.
Well, I liked this one. I thought this was fun. Anyway, so
it was a real banger.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there's nothing to, don't need to knead it in on me. All right. So,
that was not
good. But anyway,
that joke was half baked.
But anyway, if you've got anything, we'd love to know about it. You can hit us up on the Pulp Culture Pod. In the meantime, let's get into the aisle. And
I like the sudden end to that audio. Then that was fantastic.
It's just instant, right? One thing I wanted to do is that we've got a sponsor this week. So thanks to our sponsor, I'll play the ad for our sponsor for this week's aisle.
Okay.
Great issues plus 6 free strategy guides on a hot new game. That's twice the power for still $15. Wow, call now.
Nintendo Power. Get the power. So
yeah, I don't hate that.
Thanks to our 1991 sponsors, Nintendo Power magazine.
Yeah, I like that. It's first I thought, how is this a sponsor for the aisle? Like, where's the corporate synergy? But I didn't realize it was for a mag. Yeah, I didn't realize it was for a magazine or book or whatever.
Right,
it was.
Got it.
Yeah,
got it.
Very nice. All right, welcome aboard, Nintendo.
Yeah, well, Nintendo Power magazine. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Nintendo Power magazine for sure. What have you been reading this week, MJ?
Well, before we get into what I've been reading this week, I just wanted to give a bit of a shout out. I had some feedback from a couple of listeners, my nephews. They came and visited me in the shop and bought some books and they sent me their reviews as per our request for people to give us their feedback on what they've been reading and all that sort of stuff. So I thought I'd just briefly touch on what my nephews, Elliot and Archie, have been reading.
Awesome.
They each bought books when they came in. I've got examples of them here. One of them is one that I've got in my reading pile, but I haven't read yet. And one is that I've read. The one that I haven't read yet is this manga. It's Star Wars, the Legends of Luke Skywalker, the manga. And Elliot bought this one, and he said, his review of it was that I just realized I've got notes. Hang on, I've got to find my notes. Jeez, doing great. Elliot's review of the Luke Skywalker manga. Is Luke a myth? Is he just a story people tell their kids? People who aren't in the Star Wars movies meeting up with Luke and their stories. He rated 4.5 lightsabers out of 5.
Oh,
I like
nice
that.
rating.
I like that.
Nice rating.
I like the lightsaber rating.
So
And then his
4.5
final
is that
note
like
here-
a lightsaber that's only half up? Is that right?
I guess so. Or maybe it's like a smaller one, like one of Ahsoka's ones, you know, the little
Right,
ones
okay,
at the
gotcha.
start, or
Yep.
it's like a
Or one
training
that-
lightsaber.
Right, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's like the sort they give you.
Okay.
And then he says, and then his final note on this Luke Skywalker manga, this is from Elliot. He says, and no spoilers, but they all die.
Did he really?
He did.
Kid after my own heart.
Yeah,
Well
he said-
done. Well
He said,
done.
he said,
Well
no.
done.
Yeah, so he's clearly listening to the pod, as you can see.
Oh, you know what? You know what he gets? He gets the audience. He gets the
Very
audience.
nice.
Yep.
Even
yep,
I
for
don't
sure.
get those.
No, definitely not.
No. All right. So on to nephew Archie's book. This one is
Yeah.
one of my favorite books, and we've talked about these on the pod before. But
Mhm.
he read Teen Titans Beast Boy
Nice.
by Cami Garcia and Gabriel Piccolo.
Yep.
I was really pleased that he bought this one. His review was short. He sent it to me by a video, which I won't play here, but basically the gist of it was 4 stars. He didn't give it 5 stars because apparently the characters use the A word a couple of times.
Oh.
So he gave it a little bit of a downgrade there just for language, which is fair
Can't use
enough.
the A word. Can't use the A word.
No, you can't. No, you can't use the A word, not in kids' comics.
No.
So yeah, 4 stars out of instead of 5, because of the language. And he also made a point of pointing out that they all die. So that was the end of his review as well. So yeah, there's a common theme happening there.
Yep. Love it. Yep. See. Yep. They all die. Always gets an applause. Yep. For sure. Yep.
Yeah. So those are a couple of book reviews from my nephews just to start off the aisle, and
Yeah. Nice.
yeah, they've
Nice.
got something in common in the end there. So you're happy with that? You're corrupting the youth.
Oh, I love it. Love it. That's going to be on our. That's one of our new merch T-shirts. Pulp Culture Pod on the front, and then they all die on the back. So
Yeah, it should be. It's pretty iconic.
yeah, absolutely, it's iconic. It's for sure.
All right.
Well,
what have you been reading?
Thanks for those reviews. We love that. If you've got a review for a comic, or you want us to check it out, let us know on the socials under Pulp Culture Pod. We'd love to know that. Now, last week I talked about The Last Starfighter, which was the motion picture edition, and I didn't realize. I thought that was the first issue. I thought I was getting into the first issue. That's why I grabbed that, not realizing that the week after, which has just come and gone, is the Last Starfighter issue 1. So this is the follow-on from the film, and this is it's written by Benjamin Rabb and Derek Hughes, or Derek A. Hughes, and the art is done by Will Roberts. This is a great book. This is really fun. This is sort of taking place directly after the Zur and Kodan Armada battle that they had and defeated them, and this is sort of picking up the pieces of what's left over with our lead Alex Rogan, and he being one of the last Starfighter, I suppose, and what comes next. And there's no there's no sitting idly by, because they need to rebuild their to rebuild the Starfighters, and so they're on the hunt for a new team to defend the universe. This is great. The artwork's great. The story reads really well. I really like the adaptation of taking it into sort of a new area. My only concern about this book is that this sort of takes place by the time we sort of see the aftermath, and then it sort of jumps forward about 6 months. you've now got an 18-year-old who's sort of now in charge of the next breed, and it's a little bit the way that they write his dialogue. He feels a lot older than I would sort of, when I was reading it, I've sort of pictured him to be in his mid-20s, as opposed to being 18. And I don't know whether it's just that he's been through a lot, and so he's a little bit more grown up and a more of a leader. But in the original series, he wasn't a leader. He's very reluctant, and we're not getting that. So like I said, I just feel that maybe they could have jumped maybe a couple of years into the future. But other than that, it's really good. It's a fun read. They're really setting up sort of a really big world building event, and it's great, really good.
Yeah, I am out of touch with Last Starfighter. I need to rewatch the movie, but we have been selling quite a lot of copies of it's a trade paperback adaptation of the movie, and then the new issue. There's been some interest. There's been some interest in it, and it's clearly driving people back to watch the original as well. I've had several people mention that. Yeah, I've had several people mention that they've gone back and watched it with their kids too.
Yep.
So it's really nice to see that getting some fresh attention and some fresh material for people to chew over, because it was a really beloved movie back in the day. Oh, for sure. And it's great. So highly recommend that one. Last Starfighter issue 1. Good job. It's from m.a.s.k, by the way, if you're looking for who it's done by. So who publishes it. So nice work, m.a.s.k. Love it. They're doing some good stuff, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. What about you? What else have you been reading?
Bits and pieces. Probably the highlight of my week was I finally got a hold of my Kickstarter purchase from Benji Bajora.
Hey, nice.
Troubleshoot. I believe I was one of the first to get my hands on my copy of Troubleshoot, and I sat down and I read the whole thing that night. So congratulations to our mate Benji on the publication of Troubleshoot. Yeah.
Yep.
It was really good. Yeah, I really loved it. I'm just about to pass it to producer Kim for her to have a read, because she really loved Dead Sheet, like I did. It's a wonderful read. It's a really lovely collaborative effort between Benji and a bunch of artists from around the globe. But there's some really good stuff with his featuring Benji's own art in it as well. Some great pin-ups. Just a really nice book to have. I'm really excited about it getting out into the world more broadly over the next few weeks, I guess. Troubleshoot. That was probably that was the highlight of my acquisitions this week.
Nice.
Really to have it in my collection.
Yeah, too easy. One that's been out for a little bit now, and we're near. I think it's coming this week or the week after. We're getting issue 2, but finally, I got my hands on m.a.s.k issue number 1, thanks to MJ.
Your delivery guy got his act together.
Yeah, comic book delivery service. Finally got my hands on it. This is awesome. This is everything that I wanted and more.
You enjoyed
this? Dan Waiters and Piper do the. Dan Waiters does the writing, and Piper does the artwork in this. This is fantastic. This is really, really good. I loved the direction it was going. It ties back to some older issues that the Image have done. They've done some limited series runs in the past, and so that ties nicely back, and then sort of circles back into the Energon universe, and it's crossover with G.I. Joe and also Transformers. So this is great. I love where they're going. I really didn't, being a fan of the not only the toys but also the first season of the animated series, not the second because that was horrible. This is great, and I really didn't know what direction they were going to take and where they were going to go. But this is fantastic. It's a really fun read. The artwork is fantastic. I love the direction that they're going in, and I'm really looking forward to issue 2.
I know you've mentioned it a couple of times, but how good's Piper's drawing of the vehicles and stuff?
Oh, they're fantastic. I mean, they're to scale. They're slightly modernized as well, which is really nice. I mean, and it's only just slightly. It's not. It's just enough to make them not feel like they're 80s. They're from the 80s, but they're still very loyal to their transformations, and so yeah, I'm loving that. I'm really looking forward to seeing the others, because we've only seen 2 vehicles at this stage, and we've got an introduction to a couple of the villains, the extra villains, with Rex in particular, who's an absolute psychopath. So yeah, but we haven't really seen their masks in effect, so to speak.
No,
but
we sort of get a bit of that towards the end, don't we?
Yeah, just a little bit, but it's enough, and it's awesome. It's a good page turner, that one. So yeah, if you're not getting it yet, definitely check out. It's from Image and Skybound. It's m.a.s.k, which stands for Mobile Armored Strike Command, issue number 1. Grab it while you can, if you can. Is it still available, MJ, in the store?
I think there's still copies around. Yeah, not heaps of them, but there's still some. And I would be surprised if it's not gone to a second print. I think it has.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't think people will have too much trouble getting a hold of over the first issue. And yeah, I second that. It was a really great read. I'm not as beholden to m.a.s.k as you are. I really thought that the first issue was great in that, as you say, it did only spend time with a couple of vehicles, but it was a good refresher for people who sort of only half know the property, like me, as to what they're capable of. And I just thought it was a visual feast, and the story by Dan Waters was great too. I really enjoyed it. I'm excited for more.
You know, it's funny you should say that about the story. It just got me thinking about, us talking about G.I. Joe. The good thing about this story is that it's a good jump on point for new readers who may not know anything about m.a.s.k. But at the same time, there was some really nice nods to those that have a history with the property. And I wonder if they did it similar like that for the G.I. Joe movie. I'd be all down for that. It's a jump on for new viewers, but at the same time, we've got some nods from their past that would be okay. Do you know what I mean? So I think this would be a good way of doing it for the G.I. Joe film.
Yeah, and I really loved it. I love that it is the expansion of the Energon universe, and I'm just really excited that there's that additional dimension. As we've been talking about, we've been loving it anyway. So the fact that it's gotten bigger is just really exciting.
Yeah, 100%. So so that's great. But I just have to show it one more time. Oh no, it's glory.
It's very pretty.
And it's got wraparound. Yeah, I'll show you wraparound cover. So wraparound cover there. Look at that. Vanessa on the back with Sly and Miles, and then we've got our mate Matt on the front with some shadows of
pretty gorgeous, great colors,
future characters. So
great colors. It looks like retro toy packaging.
Yeah, it really does.
It should.
As it should, and it's definitely worthy. Okay. Have you got anything else that you've been reading?
Yeah, I do. I've got a few bits and pieces. One thing that relates to what you've been reading is that this afternoon I read the latest issue of G.I. Joe.
Oh, nice.
Have you read this one?
Yes, I have read this one. Yes.
Yeah.
Is this 33?
No, G.I. Joe number 19.
Oh, number 19. My apologies. Sorry. Yes. You are
No.
right. I'm saying 33 for Transformers.
I knew what you were doing.
Yeah,
and I was thinking of you when I was reading this because it's got your boy Hound in it.
It's got my boy Hound. He's the man.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
It was another really good issue. Very concerned about the sort of double crossing. What's his name? The guy with the disguised face.
Zartan.
Zartan. Yeah, I'm very very worried about him. He's got way too much power in my opinion. But my highlight of the issue was the bit between Hound and Clutch and Duke.
Yep.
Where it's spoilers, but Clutch says that Hound's a Joe.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was so cool. Like the thought of a Transformer being in I mean, I know that Duke immediately shoots him down, but just the thought that a Transformer could be a Joe, and I guess a Joe could potentially be an Autobot is it's just so cool. It's such a fun world that we find ourselves in at the moment.
Absolutely. Well, if you really enjoy that issue, you'll enjoy an issue coming up, which will be a crossover with Transformers. Hound will feature in it, and Optimus Prime will feature in it. So if you really enjoyed that interaction between Hound, Clutch, and Duke, you'll really enjoy this up and coming issue that
because I said this was the latest issue, but it's not the latest issue. This is
not the latest issue for you. It's the latest issue.
It's the latest issue I'm up to. Yeah, no, sorry, I mixed my words, but I'm looking forward to reading more because this again, it like every issue of G.I. Joe, it doesn't disappoint.
Nah, definitely not. It's been a lot of fun, and I love the direction it's going at the moment for sure.
Speaking of Image as well, I've been catching up on the Hornsby and Halo and Rocketfellas sort of crossover. I think I mentioned last week that I read the $1 Trillion Kid.
Yes.
Which is well, it's not a one shot, but it's a mini series that's crossing over with Hornsby and Halo and Rocketfellas. And I just wanted to give a shout out to that whole crossover because I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the interaction between the different characters from different books and the whole analysis of what the Unbelievables are and their relevance in this universe. So yeah, I've been reading that one as well.
Yeah, nice. I'm way behind in Rocketfellas, so I've got a lot of catching up to do. But
when I realised
getting up to speed,
now when I realised that it was all going to start crossing over, I moved to Hornsby and Halo and Rocketfellas up my reading list so that as those issues come out, I can read more because I think there's another issue of $1 Trillion Kid due soon, which is the next chapter in that. And yeah, I'm enjoying being up to date with those. So yeah, get a move on.
That's right. Yeah, sorry everyone. I've let the team down again.
No, you don't have to apologise. Just get your act together. What else have you been reading? Anything else?
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me for this week. There's another week ahead, and there'll be plenty to read more. So I'm looking forward to that.
I've got two more that I'll just briefly mention because I read the last issue of Raphael Grumpa's Batman Gargoyle of Gotham.
Oh, cool.
That's taken a long time to come out. I can't remember when issue number 3 came out, but it was something like 1.5 years or 2 years ago. So I went back and I reread the first 3 issues of that before I read issue number 4. Which I didn't mind doing because I really love Raphael Grumpa's art. It's beautiful and detailed, and the character designs are spectacular. And so it was a pleasure to go back and read the first 3 issues. And I love the 4th one. I love the conclusion of this. The only thing that I don't like about it is the uncertainty of knowing whether we're going to get to spend any more time in this universe. It's a real sort of Elseworlds kind of story, and it sets up the potential for future stories. I'm really hoping that despite the delay in public publication of these first four, I really hope that perhaps there's potential for more in that universe, because it's just such a cool book. Really brutal, really fun, really great spins on some of the Batman villains and some fresh new ones as well. But I really enjoyed Gargoyle of Gotham. That was great. Have you read any of those?
No, I haven't. No, definitely haven't. It's not on my list, but it should be. That's for sure. Being a Batman.
You put it on your list for when it comes out as a trade paperback, because it'll be a real page turner and a real nice one to have in the collection.
Do you reckon they'll do it as a compact?
No, I don't think so. Not anytime soon. I'd be surprised. I reckon they might do it as a hardcover. It has hardcover vibes. So I'm kind of hoping that they do that, because it'll be a beautiful book. I've got no doubt it'll do really well. So, speaking of hardcovers as well, the last book that I'll mention. I've only just started reading this one today, but I'm already obsessed with it. I've been reading from Drawn and Quarterly, Tilly Walden's Charity and Sylvia. It's a historical sort of biography based on a true story. Two women in the early 19th century living in Vermont, in America, as queer ladies, as an openly queer couple. And it's a beautiful read so far. Tilly Walden, I know her from the Clementine series, the Walking Dead spin-off. She did a trilogy of graphic novels. They were sort of a young adult, albeit very gritty, very violent at times stories, but I love those. And I'm really pleased to be reading this book. I think this is going to it's going to go places. Like I'd really be surprised if this doesn't get nominated for awards and win them and all sorts of stuff. And that's just from me reading the first part of it. So I just wanted to shout out Charity and Sylvia, because a beautiful book, a beautifully illustrated book, but also a really lovely object too. A really nice one to have in your hands. So that's the eye for me this week.
Cool. All right. Well, what we might do is we might go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
After launching Mars probes, peering into the galaxies, and discovering black holes, quasars, and supernovas, we have finally found the heart of science fiction. Sci-Fi Entertainment Magazine. Your pulse will quicken with never-before-seen looks at heart-stopping movies, the hottest TV shows, most eye-popping books and videos, even a complete interplanetary guide. Sci-Fi Entertainment doesn't skirt the boundaries of the imagination. You'll have the heart of science fiction in your hands. If you subscribe now, you'll get a year's subscription for just $15.95 by calling 1-800-77-SCI-FI. That's a full year, all for a price that won't drain you. Yes, it is shockingly low, but that's all a subscription to Sci-Fi Entertainment Magazine costs. If you want to get to the heart of everything, from a Terminator's attitude to a monstrous appetite, take a stab at Sci-Fi Entertainment. Call 1-800-77-SCI-FI to subscribe. Once you do, you'll never miss a beat.
Sci-Fi Magazine.
Love it. We're going to have to come up with we're going to have to come up with another warning, though. It's like it doesn't apply to the VPN thing, but you're putting up all these magazines that I can't subscribe to anymore.
1-800-77-SCI-FI if you want to get your subscription, your 12-month subscription for $15.99 US.
I desperately want to read that article relating to the photo on the front of Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum in Independence Day.
I love how they skirted around the edges, and they had Sci-Fi Magazine, and there was definitely some horror in there. So I'm not too sure how Michael Myers sort of sits into the sci-fi genre, but anyway, look, that's fine. They're obviously leaning into something somewhere along there.
The streams of horror and sci-fi sometimes cross.
Oh well, they did with Jason Voorhees when they did Jason X when he was in space. So
But even X-Files has got a touch of, the horror and the sci-fi. There's Ghostbusters, and they've got a lot in common.
I'd love to know how that does cross the streams though with Michael Myers though. I'm not too sure on that one, but anyway, look, by the by, that's fine. Get your
not my cup of tea. I won't be finding out anytime soon.
Yeah. Hey, have we got anything in the tomb?
I've watched another episode, so yeah. I've got something in the tomb.
Well, let's roll it on. Wow. Hey, there we go.
That was better than some of the animation in the show.
Oh, look, it's the animated series. Look, they had their liberties, right? So it has its moments, but they're special. They're special. Moments,
right? I don't know whether you haven't got any news for the Mummy this week.
No, we don't have any news as so to speak for the Mummy this week.
Okay. Well, in that case, we'll do a quick review of an episode.
Okay.
Because I did
episode 4 that we're doing.
Yeah, episode 4, the Deep Blue Sea.
The Deep Blue Sea. Okay.
The Mummy, the animated series, to be clear. So season 1, episode 4. Do you remember this? Do you remember this one?
No, I don't think so. Refresh my memory. Help me work it out.
If it helps refresh your memory, it was about it was an adventure on a submarine. They ended up going under the ocean with a guy called Dimitri. It was from Greece or from the Greek Isles somewhere. I was going to say,
do they go to Greece? Is this the one where they go to Greece?
They go to Greece. It's all very picturesque until they go under the ocean. And it's like
a sunken city or something. Is that right? Is that the one?
Yeah. I can't remember the name of the city. I can't remember the name of the city, but they were sort of searching for them, and m.a.s.k were searching for the same artifact in this sunken city.
Oh,
so they had to
m.a.s.k, seriously.
And then they had to. I know he's a wacky guy, isn't he? But they had to go underneath under the water in scuba suits. I have to say, I hated this episode. I thought it was awful. It just didn't have a lot of the sort of hallmarks that we like of the Mummy. Like, it was in a different setting, obviously. It was in a sandy setting, but obviously it was under the ocean, so it wasn't the same sort of arid desert. The character of Dimitri was sort of like not a love rival for Rick, but he was sort of a coolness rival. Like Rick was really sort of irritated by the guy's charisma and how much he was impressing Evie and Alex, and it just wasn't a great episode. There were lots of points in the show where I was worried about the physics of things too. They were doing stuff in this submarine that it just didn't check out for me.
They don't get the bends. If I remember, they sort of shot up pretty quickly and jumped out, and it all happened.
No, it was really taking me out of it. And m.a.s.k changed into this sort of sea monster creature that was doing him at one stage, and it looked like it sort of looked like a Ben 10 alien.
Yep.
It wasn't a good episode. I was pretty glad when it was over. So I'm hoping that next week we'll get back. There was no Jonathan in this one, so that's an immediate loss of about 3 stars. It was just it just fell a bit flat. It didn't have all of the charm that the Mummy episodes and movies I normally expect. So
would you say that they probably jumped the shark?
No, I wouldn't say that. But thanks for asking.
Oh, no worries. No,
anyway, that's
my
the tomb for this week.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, it is. Well, I've got a theory about Imhotep and how he turns up. He seems to be turning up every episode in the
Yeah.
same location as they are. I reckon he's got an Apple. He's got one of those Apple tags stuffed
Well,
on, in Rick's pocket, and he's just looking it
That
up on
was-
his phone.
Yeah, see, that was another thing that didn't check out for me. This because these movies are set in the 1930s,
Yes,
and they had like radios in their scuba gear.
yes,
Like they had sort of, and I'm like, they didn't have that stuff back then.
No,
No, it was really taking me out of it. And
it's a really obscure episode. From what I remember, it was. Yeah.
Another thing that really took me out of it as well is that I don't know whether Imhotep he was wearing like these little short shorts, and so you could see his emaciated sort of purple dead legs, and that was freaking me out too. It was like sort of a little bit too sexy beach Imhotep, and I didn't like that. That was probably the most horrifying thing I've seen in the whole show.
I could see that as an interesting figure.
Yeah, I won't be buying that one.
Yeah. Well, next, hopefully you'll watch the next episode, and we can talk about it next week on the tomb, because this one they visit Australia, so get ready for some horrible accents.
Are you saying Australians have horrible accents?
No, I'm just saying those that do Australian accents are horrible.
Well, so my Australian accent?
No, yours is fine, but those voice actors that are doing the Australian accent are pretty horrible.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go into it with an open mind and an open heart, and hope that
that's what Imhotep wants from you. He wants your open heart.
No, I'm hoping that all of this hate is for now. So I'll watch the episode and we'll talk about it next week.
Okay, well, let's talk about it definitely next week. But that's it for the tomb. If there's anything that you want us to talk about in relation to the mummy, we'd love to know about it. You can hit us up on all the socials under Pulp Culture Pod. Shall we get into the rewatch, into the review?
The review. We should get into the review. That film's going off the rails.
A bit like us.
That's the point in about 40 minutes into the movie where everyone in the theater goes boo.
And the gremlins pop up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hulk Hogan comes to save the day.
Sure. So we're probably talking about three of the most talked about either film or TV shows this week. I think we're talking about the same things. Which one do you want to start with first?
I think we should start with Supergirl.
Okay. That's what I had on the top of my list as well.
I've seen it. You've seen it. What did you think?
You've seen it. Yeah, look, there's lots to like about this film. It's not a perfect film, and I'll start that off straight away. It's not a perfect film, and there's definitely some continuity issues and stuff like that with it. But this is really fun. This is another fun film. I put it in the same vein as Masters of the Universe, where we have a beloved property. A very well-known character in pop culture, and they've done something with it that's really just a really enjoyable film. For me, Crumb of the Yellow Hills was kind of a bit of a meh character, but I didn't expect too much of it going in, knowing that he was going to be that way. But I thought that Millie Alcock did a great job of being our new Supergirl, and really enjoyed it. I liked that Crypto is a character in this film, but doesn't dominate the film either. which was kind of a little bit my concern. Having an animal in there, they can have a tendency to dominate the screen. But
Yeah.
I felt that it was just balanced just enough and just right, especially with that type of storyline that they had. What was your thoughts on it?
I really enjoyed it. I mean, I always try to ignore reviews and sort of other people's hot takes and opinions and that sort of thing when it takes me a little while to see one of these films, because I want to form my own opinion. But it was difficult not to be aware of some of the negativity that was surrounding this film, especially because it took me so long to see it. Like normally these superhero ones I'll see within the first day or two of them coming out, but because I wasn't well, it took me almost a week. But I went in with an open mind because I wanted to try and understand what it was that all of the negative takes were saying as well. Like I don't want to be a shill. I mean, because it's clear that I love this DC stuff. I love my Star Wars stuff, my Marvel stuff. I'm sort of, I'm always there on the occasion of these movies coming out. Sort of, I'm a guaranteed quantity, but I wanted to try and make sure that I was being open-minded to what it was that people were saying that was so negative. And I can kind of see where some of it's coming from, but in short, I loved it. I thought it was great. I really, going into the film, having read the graphic novel upon which it was based, I wanted it to be a movie about trauma and grief, and I wanted it to be about a character that was
messy.
And going through some stuff, and even right up into the film, till the end of the film, Kara's going through some stuff. By no means do I think she's at the end of her recovery journey, for want of a better expression. And that was the story that I wanted them to tell, and I thought that they did a really great job. As you said, I thought Millie Alcock was fantastic. I felt very comfortable that she was going to be, having seen her in House of the Dragon, having seen her in Upright, Australian show, and just having heard her speak about this movie and other things, I felt very confident she was going to be good, and she was. I was really impressed with the girl that played Ruthie, and really impressed with the character of Ruthie. I thought that was, she was a really welcome addition to the DCU, and I'm glad that more people were able to see her on a broader stage than just in graphic novels and comics. And I did.
Lobo, what's your thoughts on Lobo?
I thought Lobo was really good. There's been a few people that have sort of said, "Oh, we didn't really need Lobo," and I can kind of see that.
I see that too. I agree. Like it didn't. It was kind of it kind of felt like an afterthought. Like he didn't really. He didn't carry the story. He didn't really help to move the story forward. He was just there for being there, right?
Yeah, but I mean, the same can be said about lots of characters in these sorts of movies. There's any sort of ensemble adventure story. If you're looking closely enough, there'll be times when if you watch a Guardians of the Galaxy movie or a Star Wars movie, there'll be times when some of the characters, story-wise, are passengers. Or not so much passengers, but I guess window dressing. I
definitely felt that. I definitely felt that. Look, don't get me wrong. I mean, Jason Momoa did a great job as Lobo. However, I felt like he was just window dressing more than anything else. I don't feel that.
I mean, from a looking outside of the movie itself, we know that Lobo is not in the original comic, and the movie is not beholden to the original comic. There's a lot about the movie that's very different to the comic. It takes inspiration from it in a really good way, but Lobo's not in that comic. But I kind of saw him as like, as icing. I mean, one of the things we want with these expanded superhero universes, it's what people always demand in Marvel movies. It's what people always are going to want going forwards in these DC properties, is the introduction of other characters that will further stories further down the line. And we've seen it, in the MCU. Black Widow and Hawkeye were not introduced in their own movies. Hawkeye came in via a Thor movie. Black Widow came in via an Iron Man one. Yeah, and this is the same sort of thing. I feel confident that Lobo will get his time to shine. I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up in Man of Tomorrow. Man of Tomorrow is a movie that's going to be taking place in space. For all we know, he's going to show up in Green Lantern stuff. They certainly, those characters cross paths in the comics at times.
Frequently.
No, I still really enjoy Lobo, and I thought he was a welcome addition to the crew. And I thought that his reason for being in the story was solid. She was chasing what do they call them? They call them the brigands. She was chasing brigands, he was chasing a brigand. So of course their paths would cross. But I was really pleased with the film as a whole. I can see plenty of reasons why people might not like it. I think if all you knew of Supergirl was the original Helen Slater film, or even something like Smallville, or even the TV adaptation, like if all you knew of Supergirl was those things, and that was what you went into it expecting, I can see that you would have been surprised. We come into it with the knowledge of having some experience with the graphic novel, but I really liked it, and by no means do I think that this is the end of Kara's story in James Gunn's DCU. Like, I think we'll see more of her in Man of Tomorrow, and then I think we'll see more beyond that. I think she's at the start of a redemption arc in this movie, right up to the end, and I love that, because that's how life goes. Especially when you've been through some trauma and some loss like she has. So, I thought it was really fun. It made me smile. It had lots of really great moments. I enjoyed the stuff we saw Kara doing, both before she was wearing her suit and afterwards. There were some really iconic moments. I thought it was fun. It was good gritty fun.
Okay, here's my question, and definitely to Pulp Nation, would love to know your thoughts on this as well. I was talking to producer Mandy about this after we watched it, and it was probably about 24 hours after we'd seen it, and I said to her, why are people not going to see this film? Now, this film unfortunately hasn't done anywhere near the budget that they were expecting. It was a $130 million film to make. It's got to make $350 million to be seen as a hit. Right now, I think it's sitting just over $100 million worldwide, and it's had a 77% drop-off rate, which is right up there with something like Morbius. I don't know what it is about this film that people can hate on it, right? But they've actually gone and seen the film. I don't understand what it is that didn't get people to go and see the film, because you had months and like $100 million worth of, promotions that really drew you towards this film, right? Especially on the back of the first Superman film and her as a cameo at the end of it. We couldn't answer that question. I don't know what it is that people didn't want to go to see this film.
No, I don't understand it either. But I mean, there's obviously reasons, but as far as what they are, I've got no idea. I can speculate, till the cows come home. Is it because people know that these things are going to end up on streaming before too long, and they're just waiting to watch them then? Is it because it's a female-led superhero movie? For me, that's a draw card. For me, the fact that it's led by a young female character is a reason to go and see it, because I want diversity across all lines in these movies. I want everybody to be seen and to be able to, I believe in the whole if you can see it, you can be it. I want that, but for is that not a draw card for most people? I don't know.
Well, we producer Manny did bring that up to me as well and said, do you think it's because it's a female-led driven, film? And I said, well, you've got something like Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman did exceptionally well. She was introduced in another film. So, that's an exception to the rule. You think about something like Black Widow film that came out later after the Avengers, et cetera, et cetera. It didn't do well at all. It was considered a bomb. I actually really enjoyed that film. So I'm just unsure as to why people didn't go and see it.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the reasons that Black Widow didn't do so well was the COVID pandemic. It was meant to be released, and then it was delayed, and then eventually I think it might have had a limited release, and then it was put out on Disney Plus. There were lawsuits and all sorts of stuff about it. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty hamstrung. So yeah, I'm not sure why it hasn't done better. Some of my theories include there's a whole lot on at the cinemas at the moment. I have to admit I'm feeling a little bit of fatigue. Like I know that the Odyssey's out. Is it this week?
Yep.
Yeah, like the Odyssey's out this week, and Spider-Man's out in a week or two or something. And the thought of going to the cinema again doesn't have me particularly hyped, and I mean that's saying something. You know what I'm like with this stuff. I'm normally all in. It's probably just something to do with my general demeanor at the moment. I've been unwell, so. But there's been a lot on. Like, there's been heaps to keep up with, and it hasn't always been easy. The last month. So who knows? Maybe there's just too much on offer.
Well, let me give you a bit of a look into what's happening at the box office at the moment, and you'll get an idea of what we're looking at. So far for 2026, the box office looks like this. Okay, we've got Super Mario, which made over $1 billion. Then we've got Michael, which has made $977 million, which is just under. We've had Project Hail Mary, which has made 682. Then there's a film which is a Chinese production called Pegasus 3. It's like their version of F1, which was 650. Toy Story 5 has done 610. Hoppers has done 388. Obsession has done 374. Devil Wears Prada, it should have been up a little bit higher, but it was actually 685. Then you've got Minions versus Monsters, which I think is around about 300 million already. And then you've got Scream 7. Very eclectic, very unusual. A lot of those properties are, except for Michael, and Hoppers and Obsession are all sequels to other films. So a lot of sequels. So interesting, right? There's been a lot of films out already this year. And it's not going to slow down either, like you say, with the likes of Spider-Man and the Odyssey, etc. So who knows? Maybe people are just judging which ones they really want to see.
Yeah, before 2026, we all talked about, what a year for movies, and there's going to be all this sort of stuff coming out, and there's going to be heaps, and I don't know, maybe it's too much. I'm not sure. I don't know what it is.
Well, we know Spider-Man's going to do well. Spider-Man will do well regardless. They're already saying that pre-sales are well and truly into the $300 million. So
the Spider-Man will do well. Families will go and see it. People will go in large groups and see it. I don't know. It's disappointing to me that Supergirl has not done better. And I don't understand. I don't really understand why.
No, I don't either.
I'd like to think that it's not because it's a movie with a female protagonist, but I don't know. Maybe it is. As I said, it's a tick in the win column for me, but maybe it's not for most people. Like I said, I'd like to feel like we're not there as a society, but maybe that's where we are. No, it's interesting. It's interesting how not well it's done.
Agreed.
Yeah, like I'm really quite stunned. But when it comes down to it, like most things in life, we can only control what we can control. I can only focus on what I can focus on. And when it comes down to it, I really enjoyed the film. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to buying it physically. I'm looking forward to having it as part of my collection, and I'm looking forward to watching it as just one of what will hopefully be many chapters in the unfolding DCU that we're getting more of with Lanterns. Starts in a month,
August. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's just going to be, one of those chapters that, hopefully people will appreciate down the track. Hopefully it'll do well on streaming. I don't know, but I loved it. I thought Supergirl was great. I love Millie Alcock's performance. As I said, I loved Ruthie. I didn't think I'd get to the end of the film and be wishing that we might see Ruthie in future projects, but I am. I loved Lobo. I don't care whether he was supposed to be there or not. I thought he was great. I can't believe we got to see Jason Momoa play Lobo. I think it was perfect. I look forward to seeing Lobo Unleashed at some stage in something with a higher rating, like an R rating or something like that.
Yeah, he was saying that he would only do it if he got an R rated. So
I feel very confident that at some stage we will see that.
Like the Punisher one kill, one last kill.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whether it's something on HBO or whether it's a film of itself, or whether it's as part of another film with other characters, or I don't know, but. This is just another step on the journey. It's a shame that it hasn't made more money, but as far as the film goes, I loved it.
Agreed. Yep, agreed. Let's get into some TV watching then. Should we talk about Silo?
We should.
So Silo is back for season 3. For those that might not know what Silo is, this is a TV series brought to us by Apple TV. Not a sponsor.
It's on Apple, so it's on Apple. So by definition, people won't have heard of it.
Yeah, which is a lot of the shows that we talk about, right? So, which is really, really interesting. But it stars Rebecca Ferguson, who you might know from other films, such as the Mission Impossible series. But this is a
Greatest Showman.
Yep, Greatest Showman as well. But this is about a society that lives underground in a dwelling which is referred to as the Silo, and has different classes of citizens, and rules that are wrapped around living in the silo and the conspiracy that unfolds slowly through the series. It's great. This is great. Yeah, I mean, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago when we talked about the trailer, and you had some concerns about dipping into the past and not seeing our regular characters. But as I said back then, and still agree with now, I think we got a really nice equal mix of both past and present in this first episode for season 3.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think the balance was really good in the first episode. It was I didn't feel unsatisfied with the amount of time we got to spend with the characters that we have known from previous seasons, but it certainly had me glad to be revisiting with the characters in the past as well. Yeah, I was really sort of enjoying those scenes, and I'm really invested in that story, and definitely want to see where all of that's going. I don't love.
It felt a bit supernaturally the past. There was a particular scene. I won't spoil it for those who haven't seen it, but there was a particular scene, the fighter pilot scene, which got a little bit supernaturally for me.
You mean like supernatural the genre, or supernatural the show?
The supernatural the genre.
Right.
Where or a bit science fictiony, which
it was bonkers, and as you say, we won't talk about it too much.
No, I don't want to spoil it.
Let people experience it for them. Yeah, but that was very strange. I don't know what's going on there, and I love that I don't know what's going on there.
And I think you sort of. That was the whole time I was watching this episode. In a good way, I was like, what is going on? What is going on here? What is going on with these people? What are their agendas? Why is this happening the way it is? And then it slowly sort of unfolded for us. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the coming episodes and unpacking what actually happened to our lead. Juliet, that's right, that's her name, Juliet. Her and what actually happened to her after re-entering the silo. So
I have to. I mean, I'm willing to sit with it for a few weeks, but I have to admit I'm a little bit frustrated with Juliet's storyline at the moment, just because of the whole amnesia thing. I sort of I'm frustrated for her, and I'm frustrated for us because, like, it's sort of, I don't know. I feel like we've been taken backwards with her story. Like I'm willing to sit with it and see what the reason for that is, but I'm hoping that she's not in that ignorant, for want of a better expression, state for too long. Because I'm a little bit frustrated by that. But
I think the end of this episode, without giving anything away, gave us a clear indicator that she is definitely on the track that won't frustrate you, if that makes sense.
Totally.
And that there are others involved that are going to help move that story along a lot quicker than,
I just hope we get there quickly. Like I just hope we get there quickly. I don't want it to be like the end of the season type thing.
We've got what 10 episodes in the season per season. So I think that we will in that 10 episodes. I think this will be sort of the first, or the first act, if you want to call it that. So I reckon by episode 3 or 4, I think she'll be back to her reasonably normal self.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I hope that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. So do yourself a favor if you haven't watched the Silo. Highly recommend it. It's well worth a watch if you like science fiction, you like dystopian futures. This is definitely your bag, like it is ours.
It's really, really good high concept stuff.
Yeah, but tell us if you're watching the show, let us know what your thoughts are on it. Hit us up on the socials under Pulp Culture Pod. We'd love to know your thoughts on that in particular. Last thing on the list, and I was gushing to you about this via text message, is X-Men 97 came back this last week for season number 2. And again, the trailer got us all hyped up for it, and I think that trailer was just the beginning of how awesome this season 2 has actually been so far with the 3 episodes that we've got.
Yeah, I think the general consensus around the comic book shop, there's been a lot of talk about the show. I got a new X-Men 97 T-shirt, and I deliberately wore it once I'd watched all 3 episodes because I thought that'll make me a magnet for conversation about it, and it really worked.
Yep.
And I had some good chats with people, and I think the general consensus is that everybody's just really excited about it. That second episode was amazing. The action sequence in it, I won't spoil it in case people haven't watched it, but the big sort of musical action sequence that's in it is I don't use the word iconic lightly, but it's going to be an iconic moment in Marvel television and Marvel the MCU stuff.
Yeah, I think they've done some really good iconic moments. I mean, we've had 2 that I can think of in the first season. So I think this is. I think they really just go to ground and just try and find ways to make those scenes even more iconic as it's gone along. You're right about episode 2. I think I said to you in the text message, I said it was a perfect episode. Like there was nothing about it that I could fault, whether it came to the storyline, the animation, the voice acting, that opening title, which
I was going to say the title sequence.
That title sequence was just like, that was just the best to change that title sequence.
What I loved about that title sequence is that, I mean, in recent years, there's become a bit of a habit with title sequences. I'm thinking of things like Game of Thrones and, from one episode to the next, they sometimes change just to give you a bit of a glimpse into what you can expect in the upcoming episode. It's very rare, especially in animation, for them to give you a complete new title sequence. The amount of
title sequence,
the amount of work and thought and it was different music too, wasn't it? Like it was
it was
sort of a more electric guitar. Like the amount of effort and work they put into that just shows it's indicative of the love and passion and care of the creators of this show. Like they really are pulling out all the stops, and at whatever level the people that are paying for this show are paying for it, they're giving them the resources to be able to put everything into it that they possibly can. And I just thought it was a joy. I was saying to someone in the store, I was talking to someone in the store yesterday, and that we were talking about it, and it occurred to me that this show kind of, back in the day, sort of Endgame, Infinity War era, there were all these iconic moments that the MCU gave us, whether it's the snap or I'm thinking of like Captain America sort of appearing out of the shadows on that railway platform in wherever it was, and the music kicking in. Those moments that sort of make your heart soar. And I think it's safe to say
Thor's hammer,
Thor's hammer, all that sort of stuff. Portals, that sort of thing. I think in recent MCU stuff, we haven't had so many of those moments, and that's okay because they're difficult to achieve. But I feel like X-Men 97, in the stuff that happened with Gambit in season 1 and the Jubilee scene in this second episode, it's sort of giving us those same sensations, just in a different medium. It's like it's keeping that torch of excitement still going along. I feel like it sort of gives us those moments, if that makes any sense. But I'm loving it so far.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, it was hard. It was hard to watch. I think it was harder to watch episode 3 directly after episode 2 because it was such a great episode. I would have if I'd known that it was doing a time jump in that third episode, because I didn't know that, I probably would have waited for the second part of for episode 4 to come out and watch those two back to back, because they're
episode 3. Yeah, episode 3 was really back to work.
Yeah,
episode 2 was like a real blowout weekend, and then episode 3 was like, okay, it's Monday, it's back to work.
Yeah, I'm hungover and I'm going back to work.
No, I mean, it was a really good episode. It
was a good episode.
Two was a really hard act to follow. It's interesting. It's interesting. I've been like watching House of the Dragon the first few weeks as well, and they kind of had a similar thing between episodes 2 and 3 as well. Episode 2, like episode 1 was an explosive beginning. Episode 2 was like a real banger plot wise, and then episode 3 was literally like back to the grind.
Right.
And it was still a good episode. I really enjoyed it, but at the same time, it's like, sort of, you got to go back to work at some time.
I almost felt like that maybe we were just better with 1 and 2, and then bring out 3 and 4 this week for us. But
possibly,
look, regardless, still great series. If you're not watching it, check it out on Disney Plus. Not a sponsor, but should be. And what days are coming out? I think it's Fridays. I think it is.
Yeah, I think in Australian time,
it's Friday 5:00. I think it is for us. So definitely check that out. Definitely worth it.
We're going to be talking about it, so you might as well.
Absolutely, next week. Yeah, and you need to watch episode 2 so that we can talk about it as well. So you've had your week's warning.
Yes.
Have you got anything for the shout?
I've still got some more stuff for the review. To be honest, I've been busy this week. I told you.
My apologies. Well, you did say it was going to be a 6-hour long monster. So
it's at the moment it's shaping up to be more like 7 or 7.5. So I hope you've got your snacks. Sure. I just wanted to briefly mention, like, one of these I'll push to next week. We started watching The Bear, the latest and last season of The Bear. We watched the first 2 episodes of that, and that was really good. But that'll be something that I can talk about sort of further down the track. Suffice to say, I really felt like the first couple of episodes of this season, it really started to live up to its reputation as an alleged comedy.
Right.
Really fun, really funny stuff. Like I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes, but as I said, I'll talk about that more later. The one that I wanted to talk about, which is a bit more timely though, is we watched Enola Holmes 3 on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. Yep.
Yeah, and really enjoyed it. It was just a good sort of popcorn type movie. A really good showcase for Millie Bobby Brown. Henry Cavill's definitely a supporting character in this one, as is Helena Bonham Carter, but they still had their really their time to shine in this one. I just wanted to give it a shout out because we really love that series of 3 movies and really enjoyed this latest installment.
I just didn't enjoy Moriarty. I don't enjoy the interpretation of Moriarty in this one. I just felt
it's very different. Yeah.
I just felt that, Moriarty's always been Holmes's equal. And I don't feel like this version of Moriarty is Holmes's equal. Like this is like more insane. This is more of an insane person, like a very highly intelligent, insane person.
Just comes across like a Batman villain.
Yeah. Well, and I think that Holmes and Moriarty are one and the same person, but one has a moral compass and one doesn't. You know what I mean?
I've watched my share of Sherlock Holmes stuff, but I'm not by any means a mega fan. I don't really know about the dynamic between the two of them, other than it's very adversarial. But I didn't mind the.
That's the only. That was my only real. Moriarty featured in the second film. And I felt that was much more grounded and than this third one was. I felt that it was just written in a way that sort of, I don't think that it gave her as an actor justice to. She felt more insane than she was actually, highly intelligent and psychopathic, if that makes sense.
No, I think that's probably fair. I think you're right. I think grounded is a really good way to describe her in the second one. I think. It seems to me clear that they were making a trilogy of these, and I think they were sort of building to a crescendo in this. And I think that she was sort of playing the role of a villain in that role, if you know what I mean. Sort of the madness and the villainy was building to a crescendo as the film series did. So but I wasn't bothered by it. I thought it's a great performance, and I really like it. It's a really different version of Moriarty. I think that's really cool. We really enjoyed it. They're definitely movies we'll watch again. I'm really glad they exist.
Yeah, I felt it's really well rounded too for a three sort of a trilogy film series. And I think it's look. I don't think they're going to be able to get Henry Cavill back in a hurry to do another one. I mean, he definitely, his screen time was very, very limited in this, and you can sort of understand why, because he's just finished filming Voltron and he's in the process of filming Highlander at the moment. So when they were filming this, he was very much in the thick of doing other films.
There'd be, I know, I know it's not going to happen, but in my mind, I'd love to see a Netflix movie of Sherlock Holmes with Henry Cavill and old mate that plays Watson. Just more of a traditional Holmes movie. Even if it was just one, I think that'd be really cool because they're both great actors, and as Helena Bonham Carter says, they're good-looking dudes, and I think that'd be really fun, but I don't think it'll happen.
No. But again, really well-rounded, good series, and really, really glad I had the opportunity to see all three. So, what else you got on your list?
No, that's me done for the review. I'll let you rest.
Oh, should we go into the Cyril Haters Club, aka Mos Eisley mailbag?
We should.
Okay. I want that music to go on longer, actually.
Nathan's favorite segment.
Hey, before we get into that, I found another ad which goes really well with actually this segment. And it's not a stitch up. This is a genuine ad. So I thought I'd just play this for you because I thought that you really, really, really dig this because it's in the same fashion.
This is absolute.
Star Wars breaks out in Look In this week. In every copy of Look In, there's an out-of-this-world free gift. 2 rub-down color transfers from Star Wars. And there's a free competition for Star Wars models. Plus, an interview with Harrison Ford. And a color pin-up of Han Solo with Chewbacca. And Look In also has the latest adventures of the man from Atlantis, the $6 Million Man, and the Bionic Woman. Plus a big pin-up of rich kids. So look out. Star Wars explodes in Look In this week. And may the Force be with you.
Isn't that great?
Oh, sorry. I was just on my phone looking up to see if I can buy some back issues of
Look In magazine
on eBay.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh, there's one here with MC Hammer on the front cover.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm not paying that delivery fee though.
Right. Okay.
Okay. All right.
$200.
Yeah. See, this could be where the Mos Eisley mailbag goes. Once I run out
look at for Star Wars Looking magazine.
Who knows? So well, just briefly for Mos Eisley mailbag this week, I realised I don't think we talked about this on the show, but we lost an episode a few weeks ago.
We did lose an episode a few weeks ago, yes, but
we did
due to technical issues. We did, yes. Yep.
There
is a lost episode out there.
Yeah, due to technical issues related to you not wanting to air that episode of Mos Eisley mailbag because you knew it was going to be controversial.
Well, you could. So you're going to rehash it today. You're going to put me through my.
No, I'm bringing it back because I had to look back at my notes and we talked about some really important stuff in that episode that was lost.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. So that was the one. I don't know whether you remember, but that was the one where I said we were blowing the lid off a bit of a pattern that I'd noticed in the letter columns in Return of the Jedi magazines. Yes, and that was that. And so we opened it up for feedback, which the request for feedback never got out there because the episode was disappeared by you.
By the Force.
Yeah. But basically the gist of what I was talking about was that I'd noticed a theme in these magazines. So the Return of the Jedi magazines from the UK, and they were printed in the 80s. There's a lot of love in the letter columns for the dark side and for the Empire.
Are you going to show the cover of that one that you're reading out of?
I've got,
you can see it.
You've got a couple
there, don't you?
I do have a couple here. There's this one.
Good old Salacious Crumb.
Yeah, look, I put it alongside you. It's like twins.
Who wore it better?
Yeah, no, that's uncanny. I never noticed that before. Yeah, part Kawaki.
I was doing the face and everything.
Yeah, part Kawaki and monkey lizard. Yeah, no, anyway, I've been reading all these letters and I noticed that there's a bit of a trend with the kids that write in to the Return of the Jedi magazine, and they're all from the UK. They're all from places with, UK names. I'm trying to think of some off the top of my head. Stratford-on-Avon and Kent, Leicester, Nottingham. And they all love the Empire. Like, there's this one, for example. This is from a different edition. I'll show you this one. We've talked about this one before.
Sexy Luke.
Yeah, that's Aha Luke.
Oh, Aha Luke. Yeah, with his early edition saber there.
And he's ripped off sleeves and his bandana around his bicep just to show how rippling his muscles are, and
he's ready for 80s clubbing right there.
Yeah, no, he's jumped straight out of the Aha music video.
Yeah.
So the letter in this one says, my favorite person in the Star Wars saga is Darth Vader. I believe in the Empire and not the Rebellion, but I don't think that I am evil. Given the chance, I would join the Empire. May the dark side of the Force be with you. So that's just one example. And then there's another one where the sign-off goes, I hope the Empire goes on forever. And there's just like this trend of all these kids that praising the Empire. And I was wondering whether it was like a throwback to like adoration for the colonial past of the UK, where kids in Australia, like, when we used to run around the front yard or the backyard, we used to pretend to be the rebels. Yeah.
So
we were fighting against the Empire. So the look of this, all these little British kids back in the day must have been, running around
being stormtroopers and Darth Vader and the Emperor.
Yeah. Like that, like we were fighting over whether we were going to be Han Solo or Luke Skywalker, and they were fighting over whether they were going to be Moff Jerjerrod or an Admiral Piet.
Or Jabba.
What? Well, Jarbo. Yeah. But anyway, I thought that was really interesting, and I wanted to make sure that it got on the record because I want to know if that's the case. Like, were English British kids back in the day all pretending to be, the imperial characters and not the rebels?
So most of these kids who wrote into the column, they're all sort of around our age-ish.
Yeah, well, I guess so. Either our age or just a bit older. Yeah.
I wonder if most of them went into British politics.
Look, I mean that's the end game of the question I'm asking.
You're right.
Yeah, is Brexit because all these British kids have misinterpreted the moral of the Star Wars movies?
Yep.
Yeah. Did George Lucas orchestrate Brexit? That's what I'm asking.
Right, there you go. Also too, I still go with it. I honestly believe that Cyril is a bot that works for the Sith. He has no intentions of doing any good, but is complete evil. And I think he's steering the kids into the column subliminally.
I know you're disappointed that there wasn't a lot of Cyril in that idiotic rant, but I'll give you this as a look. There's actually that's a decent alongside as well. Yeah. Now you and Cyril have sort of got the same dirt face. Yeah.
Dirt face.
Yeah. Part Kawaki and monkey lizard and part McDonald's nugget box.
Deformed toaster.
Yeah, part deformed toaster.
Yeah, there you go.
Embrace your heritage, Nath.
Yeah, sure. No worries. Thank you for that. Well, we would love your thoughts on that. If you're one of our watchers or listeners, part of the Pulp Nation, and you grew up, were you on the side of the Force or the side of the Sith? We'd love to know. Hit us up on the socials under Pulp Culture Pod, or let us know in the comments below. Let us know. We'd love to know. Well, is there anything else that you want to talk about?
No, I think that's it for me this week.
Whoa, it's been a big week.
It has. I told you. I warned you.
Yeah, well, you know what happens? It's the end of the show gong.
The potentially dodgy, inappropriate end of the show gong.
Like, hey, it's Saturday when they finished, like Red Faces.
Yeah, because that aged well as well.
But it is the end of the show. Thanks for your company. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. There's been a lot to unpack. There's been lots for us to talk about, and for lots for us to get cancelled for. But we look forward to your company next week when you hear MJ say,
"Hey, aren't you that ditz from that dive bar?"
My friend and yours, it's Lobo. Thanks very much. Stay fresh, everybody.
Like what you're hearing? Tell your friends. Follow us on socials at Pulp Culture Pod. And if you're feeling generous, drop us a 5-star review on your favorite podcast platform.